This is not a new idea. This is from 1986. Paul and Sidey wrote their article. And they give the example of time. It's 5:40. It's correct. It's 6 less 20. No. It's 2/3 past 5. No. It's 40 past 5. No. All these other ones, grammatically, they're entirely correct. Nothing wrong with them. But practically, English or UK speakers don't say these things. Maybe in other languages you do say it exceeds 5 by 40. It's possible. So, the next question. This was from a beginner book I was writing recently. In the first draft, I didn't have "Look, here's Lizzie." So the first draft was, "Where is everyone?" We said 3 o'clock. And the other person replies, "They're coming." So it's a person waiting for a meeting to start. Okay? The editor said to me, "That's a future meaning." And I said, "Is it?" I was thinking of it as a present meaning. So then I added, "Look, here's Lizzie," just to make sure that we're in present. Okay? But the reality is, no speaker would be asking this question, whether it's present or future. They would just accept it as being the reality of what you would ask. They don't kind of worry about it. And similarly, as you go along, we're waiting for everyone. Yeah, they're coming. Jamie's getting coffee. Is this kind of now or the future? Again, there's a certain kind of ambiguity about it. And this is the reality, actually, of all our grammar. We try to make a distinction, but it's very difficult for real life not to impose. So this is an example from another course. They're trying to separate everyday with temporary. And the situation is, it's an undercover boss. So the boss is based on a TV program. The boss is going and doing the workers' jobs instead of being the boss, and kind of experiencing what they do. So David is cleaning rooms today. He's the boss. So he doesn't usually clean rooms, but he does today. The workers only have a quarter of an hour to clean the room, normally, and David is working very hard. There is a question here whether he doesn't work very hard normally. Okay, so that's the first question. But then later on, he goes, after the programme, David changes some things. He gives the good workers more money. And I thought, well, is that every day that he changes some things? Is it always that he gives the workers more money? Yes, exactly, he'd be broke. Yeah. So, we're constantly trying to separate these meanings, but the reality is the meaning is fuzzy. Because the meaning comes from our experience of the language, not from a rule. And so when we are trying to impose these rules and these definitions, it's unsurprising when the students get things wrong, because usage wins over rules. Same thing happens with words. So we have table, pull, out. I think let's take the word pull, for example, here. Okay, just again with the person next to you. In the first 3 examples, so come on, everybody pull. Pull my hair, it's pulling a big trailer. Would that be the same word which you would transpull in all of these examples? Okay, maybe yes, maybe no. Because again, if you think about pull, I mean, in a way you can see a link, how they are all similar. But really they are showing different kinds of pulling. And, so we can give the definition, but in the reality, the students will only learn about these, what pull covers, by knowing the examples and seeing the examples in collocations. So, in the end, pulled out without looking, pulled out of the deal, in a way the collocation is kind of working together to create the meaning. And we could kind of think of these as units of meaning rather than as single words. Okay? So, similarly, at the end, had an argument, presented an argument. It changes the meaning of argument. Again, you might translate these as differently. As a result of that, each collocation has a different collocation, has a different colligation, has a different text, co-text, etc. You know, just think of old car and new car. You know, my old car, the old car breaks down more than a new car. So we'd expect to see words like breakdown, rusty, etc. With old car, but not with new car. So the collocation, even a simple collocation, can often change everything about what it is to know a word. So you may have come across this, especially if you've done a CELTA or Delta or whatever. This idea that knowing a word, you have to know, I mean, there's actually longer lists than this. You need to know collocation, colligation, that's kind of grammar that goes with it. The co-text, the words that go in a kind of typical conversation or a typical text. The opposites of those words, the word families, the pragmatic use, meaning we say something wanting something else to happen. It's not a kind of explicit thing.